This is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Welcome, race fans! Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio. It's the Hammer Down Racing Report, presented by Oakshade Raceway. And now you can see us. Hi, there we are. And Jerry is coming at us live from the Rumble in Fort Wayne. You actually got some good internet there, huh?
Not bad. It's got a couple of glitches here and there, but we're live at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum and Expo Center. The 23rd Rumble in Fort Wayne, presented by Jason Deeds Trailer Sales. Practice underway. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Yeah. I think we hear that almost more than we hear you, but
well, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's all good. It's the Hammer Down Racing Report presented by Oakshade Raceway for Thursday, December 16th. Next week is Christmas. They told me that they're at work. They're like, oh, yeah, you got to figure out your days next week because Christmas. Like, holy crap. So,
oh, no.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Speaking of Christmas, gift some gift cards, right?
Absolutely.
For Ron Miller Race Cars.
I've got them.
All right.
All I got to do is fill in the blanks.
Coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. And, of course, you can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I found a new one today. I was actually, we have Tony Anderson on the phone here we're going to bring up in just a minute. Champion at Limaland for like the 143rd time. I may give or take a few.
Right around there.
Yeah. But listennotes.com. Apparently we're on there too. I have no idea what that is, but we're on there.
What is it?
I don't know, but we're on there. Amazon, I got a thing from Amazon Music too. We're on Amazon Music.
Oh, well
yeah. So, I mean, we're in places I don't even know.
Worldwide.
It's spidering out. It's crazy. Make sure to check out hammerdownracingreport.com for pretty much any information you may need to know. I got to thank our sponsors real quick before we bring up Tony. We're keeping him from bowling, so we got to get to him pretty quick here. Oakshade Raceway, we're the fastest meet to race every Saturday night during race season. Make sure to follow them on social media or visit oakshaderaceway.com. Summer Nationals coming up. That's the only date so far on their schedule. Saturday, July 16th next year. And they also have gift certificates available too.
They do.
Send them a message on Facebook if you're interested and need some last-minute Christmas presents.
That'd be a good thing.
Yeah. Limaland Motorsports for performance parts, custom bodies, fabrication, racing fuels, Hoosier tires, and more. Tires are also a good Christmas gift. Give Craig a call, 419-283-8580. Tell him the Hammer Down Racing Report sent you. And right now is a good time to order some Big D's pizza or sub or ribs or chicken or more. Big D's in Clyde, 419-547-1444. You can order online at orderbigdspizza.com. He may or may not. I don't. Maybe if he was driving there to watch the Rumble, he may bring some pizza with him. I don't know. Try their soft pretzel sticks with a couple mild cheese sauce, too. Maybe you could bring that. So, also, thanks to Freeze Frame Photos as well. We'll talk more about Freeze Frame in just a minute. But first, it is our Limaland Champions night. I couldn't get a hold of Todd Sherman. So
I sent him a message. He said he would, with your phone number, said he was going to get with you. So, Todd, if you're listening, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Lied to me.
Or call the number that Jerry gave you, and we can plug you right in.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk to Tony first. Tony, are you still there? You're not cold yet, are you?
No, not quite yet. I'm not frozen yet.
Okay, he's standing outside the bowling alley so he can actually hear. So we're keeping him from bowling. I said 143 championships. That may be a little bit high. Was it?
Yeah,
like 25.
Yeah, you're a little off. I've won 27 in my career. I've won 12 of them at Limaland, 1 in the mod and 11 in the stock.
That's a lot. Winning championships is you have so many. Is it still special to you to win these?
Well, I race because I love to race. Winning a championship, winning a feature, being competitive, all that's a bonus. I just love to drive race cars, and it technically radically saved my life back in 1993 when I got totally involved with it. I've just stuck with it ever since. We're not a high budget team. We roll with that semi and that stacker. That was a $45,000 investment 5 years ago. It's already paid for itself. It costs you twice that much right now for a dually to pull a single car trailer. So we're way ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
We just we're probably one of the few teams that turn our race winnings into somewhat of a profit at the end of the year. We've done it every year but two that I can remember that me and Troy have been together with TNT Motorsports. That's just, amazing to me. We had a lot of troubles this year in the stock car. It didn't run right. We fought with it for 4 months, and I found it actually about 2 weeks after Lima was over, found the problem. And, it's one of those things you have to deal with when you have an old race car and you're trying to work on 3 or 4 race cars, because as you know, we have other racers drive some of our cars, and we don't have, the best equipment, but we've got good equipment. And I feel very blessed to be able to still be semi-competitive. With the problems we had at Lima this year, me and Craig Dittman and Jordan Connor were there, all were still tooth and nail there at the end, and we had a little bit of luck involved and got us another one. They both had some issues unrelated to us, and I just we were fighting for the lead that whole feature, and I had no idea what was going on behind me in the race. It was just a blessing to be put in that position to win another championship.
Tony, you said that it was an old race car. How old is it?
It was originally built, I think, in 2011.
Oh my!
No, 2009. 2011 had some things tweaked on it, and then kind of set around. I parked the old leaf spring car a couple years after that, and then we ran a 4-link car for a while, and then we drug this thing out, kind of resurrected it about 3 years ago, and to conform to Eldora's rules, and we, it's stubborn, just like its driver. I'm a bottom feeder at heart, and it takes a lot to get me up on the top side. And the car's the same way. When it wants to go, it's great to drive. When it doesn't want to go, it's a handful. This old man it's a little too old to be tossing that 3,400-pound race car around in turns.
Well, that old girl's almost old enough to vote.
Yeah. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what my team accomplishes. We bust our butts 20, 30 hours a week like a lot of racers do. We all have full-time jobs. We're going to Florida in February to race Winter Nationals with the mod. I'd love to go down there for a month to race, but I've got to work. I've got to make a living. I can't take off work for a month and go do that. So we're just going to go race Volusia this year and treat it as a team vacation like we always do, and have some fun and hopefully get some sun out while we're down there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you mentioned the mods for those of our listeners that may not be familiar with you. You drive the stock and a modified as well, and you actually finished second in points in the modifieds this year at Limaland.
Limaland's one of the few tracks they don't group qualify, and Pildraw really put it to me this year in the mod spot. I started in the back quite a bit in those heat races, and anybody who watches races at Limaland knows how tough those divisions are over there. And to start in the back 3 or 4 weeks in a row, that's really hard to overcome. I think that was the biggest difference maker there. And the last 2 nights of the year, we drew decent numbers and really accounted almost max points both nights. And Todd had a stellar season, and there's a lot of great competitors out there in those divisions. And like I said, I feel truly blessed to be competitive with these guys still. I'm going to be 53 years old in January, and I've had concussions. I've got a numb right leg from the knee down, and I've had open heart surgery, and so I'm still plugging away at it. And I'm not. I have no intentions to slow down whatsoever. That's why I'm doing this old fat guys conditioning during the winter by bowling and on bowling league during the week. So.
Well, we last spoke to you, I believe it was January 2020, after you won the Thunderstock Championship back in 19. Of course, Limaland went dark last year with the pandemic. Back to this year's championship in the Thunderstocks. What were you thinking your chances were of actually winning the championship going into that final night? I guess you were third in points behind both Jordan Conover and Craig Dittman. Yeah,
things were real tight between the three of us, and I really didn't think about it a whole lot. Like I said, I love to do this, and I think about it a lot less now than I did 10 years ago as far as the points go. And I'm very rarely one of the fastest, but I'm almost always one of the most consistent, no matter where I race and what I race. Because sometimes I jump in one of Andy King's 4-cylinder trucks. I've raced Mod Lights before, and I stay consistent. And to be honest with you, we showed up, and the guys were, hey, what's our strategy? We don't have a strategy. We're just going to draw uphill and do the same thing we've been doing all year. And hopefully this thing runs a little better than it has been, and we'll go from there, And like I said, as luck would have it, it worked out for us.
It sounds like Conover and Dittman both had some mechanical issues that final night, and you with a car that you're saying wasn't right all year, you win the championship. I mean,
it had a really nasty skip miss to it. And to be honest with you, what I finally found, we checked the wall, we went through the wire, we went through this whole car. I robbed parts off my teammate Keith Shocken's stock car, trying to straighten mine out and figure it out. And finally, what we found was where my battery was grounded to the chassis, it was welded, and it looked welded, and we'd worked on that area, but the weld was broke 2/3 the way across. So the car would run great for 2 laps, and it would skip and miss for 4 laps, and I just couldn't. You can't set it up, can't drive it that way. It's just, I don't know how we managed to stay in the thick of things, but once I found that, it straightened up, and boom, we popped off a couple wins at Montpelier, and the car was competitive again, and it felt really good to get back at it.
How much would it have meant to you if you could have got both championships there, Thunderstock and the mod?
That would have been awesome. I was the first one to do that in Limaland's history back in 2016, and that would have been really, really nice. Back then, I was racing a modified for Alan Eric Austin, and it would have been nice to give my car owner, both wins. But he's a huge race person and a race fan, and he spends a lot of money on not just my cars, but he spends a lot of money on sponsoring lots of different sports and divisions and classes. And I think people like him are desperately needed in the sport to keep it going. And I think that's a big key to what we do, because he's a no bullshit kind of guy. He wants to be competitive. He doesn't care as much about winning, but he wants things to be straightforward. We don't play games. We don't cheat. We don't, do things we're not supposed to do. And I have a lot of respect for that in my team. And we've been around a long time. And as a local racer, we're very competitive. I'm very, very thankful for that.
You also mentioned, racing at Montpelier, and I believe you said one of your most favorite wins was actually against Kenny Wallace in a modified there.
Yes, it was. There was a Tuesday night race. Well, I think 4 years ago. It was a nationals race. They had midgets there at modified. And him and I went at it. We held on to win that feature that night. Got home about 3 a.m. I really didn't care. I don't think I slept for 2 days after that. Man, that was pretty exciting.
Is it that's still your most exciting win to date?
I think so. I'll be honest with you. There's been a lot of them that's been just blows my mind because of the competition you race against. Anymore, if you win a B-main, a lot of these tracks, you're beating really stellar cars, especially in a modified division.
Yeah.
And it's tough to stay competitive and stay consistent enough to be up in the points at the end of the year. And I treat the points as a really nice sponsorship check at the end of the year. So it's really nice when you can finish first and second at a track that pays as well as Limaland does. It helps pay the bills.
So last time we talked to you, you'd mentioned you had 378 wins, and I was impressed that you actually knew exactly how many wins you had, but you said you had some help with that.
Yes, I did.
Have you got to 400 yet? That was almost 2 years ago.
Nope.
Or you're still working on 400?
Nope, I'm at 383 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. 2020 was mostly a traveling season for us, a lot of experimenting. And 21, we were able to pull off some wins and start getting that up there. I have no intentions of retiring anytime real soon, at least from all racing, maybe one of the divisions, but I think that I'm sure I'll get to the 400 mark, and to win all the titles I have, and all the races I have. I know there's lots of people out there in this country that have won more, but through all the adversity and issues I've been through in my life, I'm very, very proud of that. That's one of the reasons now, from that point on, I keep track of that number.
So if you were to retire from one of the divisions, which one would you give up?
Well, I can't really tell you that. That would be giving away some strategic information.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Tony, you and Todd both won championships this year. You guys have been atop the winningest drivers at Limaland. Been trading that title back and forth the last couple seasons. Is that something that still motivates you to be the winningest guy at Limaland in history, or is that something that you could care less about as long as you still have fun?
Yes, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm very, very competitive. I'm a great sportsman, but I'm very, very competitive. And actually, it's me and Todd first and second over at Montpelier all the time. Right? I think I'm somewhere in the 90s. He's like 3 or 4 wins behind me over there too. But to be able to be even mentioned in the same sentence as Todd Sherman and a lot of drivers like that's an honor to me. And yes, that does motivate me. And if I have to, I will drive up to northern Indiana and flatten all the tires a couple Friday nights next year if I have to get the edge on them. I'm going to do what I got to do. But yes, it does motivate me 100%.
So what are your plans for next year?
We're going to go to Florida in February. We're going to have fun in the sun. We're going to visit our favorite drink place there, Kool-Aid place there on the beach, and come back, and we're going to evaluate our situation and plan our 2022 season at that point in time. And I've got most of my crew coming back. It's mainly going to be a matter if we're going to run 3 cars, if we're just going to run 2 cars. So it's going to depend on what me and the boss man talk about and decide. And we've already talked about some things, and I know there's some people who have already gotten in touch because they think they know what's going to happen and they want to be the first in line. But we're just going to kind of roll with it for now and just see what happens once we get back from Florida.
So you've got the stock car, the mod, and what's number 3?
We have 2 super stocks. We have 2 modified.
Oh, okay.
This year we did not have a second modified driver. I used that car as a backup car because I drove my own car this year instead of Alan Eric. So if you run 50 or 60 races, which I believe I put up 61 races this year, woo, you really need a backup car sitting there. And we ended up having to use it. We were actually going to let Abby Holbein, Mike Holbein's daughter, who races the midgets. We were going to put her in it for a couple of races, the backup car, but I ended up needing it the last 5 weeks of the season.
Wow.
And the other stock car we have, Keith Shotgunsey drives out Limaland, the 89 car.
You mentioned a little bit of, and we talked about this last time we had you on, about some of the medical issues from wrecks you've been in, and then you had the open heart surgery in 2018. Does any of that, play into, your decision on continuing to do what you love here?
It does not affect my decision whatsoever. Everybody who's in my close circle knows how I feel about racing and how much I love the sport. That's why I got so involved with Montpelier off the track, behind the scenes this year, is because I just love racing. And I think the only thing that really comes to play anymore, I've seen a lot this year, is rough tracks. I'm not a fan of them anymore.
Right.
Because of my situation. I've got some USA made parts in me, and it makes me a little nervous to go out there and toss my body around, get up on 2 wheels and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm cool as a cucumber about it still.
Tony, all the traveling guys refer to those track conditions as character.
Yes. That track had character.
Yeah. What do you think has caused all the tracks to have so much character this year?
I think this is only my opinion. This is only my opinion, okay? But I think everybody is worried about keeping the dust down. Everybody's worried about keeping the fans in tune and keeping the fans happy. And I honestly believe, if it used to be 50-50 between the fans and the racers, I think it's more 70-30 anymore, leaning towards the fan side of the operations and what happens at a racetrack. And I don't always agree with that. I love the race fans and everything, but at some point in time, things have to be taken into consideration. The cost of these cars when they get tore up because of a rough track, or the condition of the driver at the end of the race, or if someone was to get hurt, I feel, in my personal opinion, a lot of the tracks are trying to appease the fan base and make things more tolerable to videotape races and cut the dust down. I think that's what's happening.
Tony, I'm sure you're aware that the cost of racing in 2022 is going up exponentially. I think that could factor into it, and I think you're right. The tracks really need to pay attention to what the racers need.
I just my own personal opinion. That's how I feel about it. I've been around it a long time. I run a lot of races every year, and sometimes in 3 divisions. And I just I feel that with the cost of everything going up, and it's not going to slow down anytime soon. I just feel like they need to take some things. There's nothing wrong with a slicker track. You know, things slow down a little bit. It's easier on equipment. Most of the time, it's better racing because the track gets wider. It's not as narrow. You know, when the track's hammered down, it's so narrow, it's hard to pass, hard to do things, especially when you draw one of them amazing high numbers I like to draw at Limaland.
You're absolutely right on all of that.
We don't want to keep you too much longer here. Just got a couple last questions here. Who would win in a race between you? We're going to go with Kenny Wallace and Ken Schrader, who sometimes runs his mod as well, down the front stretch at Limaland on tricycles.
I'm going to have to say I would win that race as long as we only raced one time. If we had to do it multiple times, I'd probably fall over and I have to get some oxygen or something. But
is this an age thing because you'd be the youngest out of those 3?
It's got to be, yeah. You know, Kenny Schrader, what was he, like 104 an hour or something
like that?
I don't even remember, but yeah, he's still ultra competitive in a race car. But I'm sure he'd have some issues at Tri-Cip. When Kenny, he'd be too busy talking to people and signing autographs. He wouldn't be paying attention when the green flag dropped. So
yes, sir.
I'm not worried about either one of them guys.
There you go. Just get your phone out and put a camera on him. You'll be all set.
Yeah, perfect. You'd be perfect.
Any other sponsors you want to thank for helping you out this year?
Oh, there's just so many. You know, St. Iron Park, I don't know if I can remember them all, but, you know, Texas Roadhouse has been with me for a long time. Most of my sponsors have been with me for a really long time. Sugar Street Bar and Grill, Webb Insurance Company. You never been to Sugar Street? They got great food. They're 2 doors down from my shop.
Best wings in Lima, Tony.
Oh, well, they're awesome. Yeah, they, you know, Don Jenkins, you know, Mid-American Cleaning, which is my car owner's business.
I was wondering if you're going to get to that one.
Yeah. Oh, I got to remember that one. You know, Child Layman Funeral Homes out in Shawnee here in Lima. There's just so many. I've got BSW Incorporated. I can't, like I said, I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but I think we have a cigar shop in Findlay there. I can't even think of the name of it right now. I think the cold's starting to get to my frontal lobe here. But yeah, I'd like to. You know, if any of them's listening, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. I'm extremely, you know, happy that they've stayed aboard with me so long. Yeah, I won Sportsman of the Year 5 times at 3 different racetracks. And, you know, Ken Perrette, Texas Roadhouse, always told me that means more to him than any of the wins I get. And I think that says a lot for our team and my car owner and who we have backing us.
All right. What's your bowling average?
My bowling average is a 202.
Yep, you beat me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're pretty close.
Jeez. Well, Tony,
I can sometimes throw a 250 or 260, but usually I'm doing it with my eyes closed, so I'll stick to 202.
any 300 games?
I've had 2 300 games in my since I've been bowling the last 20 years. I've also had 2 299 games, which is heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
It's like leading to the finish line and the car shutting off 10 feet before the finish line, which also has happened to me before too. So that's for another show, another story.
Well, usually people we have on the show go on to win their next race, so you'll go on to maybe get a 300 tonight, your next game.
Well, if that happens, I'll be put on there on the show every week.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have to let us know what you decide after you get back from Florida, what your plans are for the 2022 season.
I will do that, sir.
All right, Tony.
Great interview, Tony. Thank you.
Well, thank you, guys. Thanks for all you guys, including Jerry, do for racing and everybody else there that promotes, owns, drives, that has anything to do with race car. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
All right, thank you.
Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Tony.
Yep.
Bye.
See you, Tony.
Bye.
There you have it. Tony Anderson, the 12-time Thunderstock champion at Limaland, I believe.
I think that's what he
12.
said.
It was
12
11.
stock,
Now I
one
think it's
modified.
12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi.
Want to see a magic trick?
Yes, I do.
At 7:45, I'll be live on the Rumble Mumble at the same time as I'm on here.
Oh,
That will be pretty impressive. I thought you were going to go walk around, show us some of the.
I'm let's see. I think I got enough charge here. I think we can do that. Do you want to do any of the? We got anything
sure.
racing roundup wise?
Yeah, well, we have no racing roundup, but we do have a lot of news to get to, surprisingly. But we can cut in at any time.
All right. Well,
Are you going? Uh-oh. Jerry froze. Now he's back.
Oh,
You froze temporarily.
all right. Well, I'm gonna see if I can connect here.
All right. Well, you're connecting. I'll thank Freeze Frame Photos. Make sure to contact them for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to Victory Lane.
I just got a message from Freeze Frame Photos. My calendar is en route.
woohoo!
Is it? I actually sent in some information to get a calendar, and I'm waiting to hear back from Charlie. Said he was going to get back to me and let me know if I gave him the right information. I haven't heard back from him yet. But yeah, if you want a custom calendar, I think he can still get that done in time for Christmas. Makes a good Christmas gift. Make sure to give Charlie at Freeze Frame Photos a call, 419-476-9978. And tell him the Hammer Down Racing Report sent you. Also got to thank Ron Miller Race Cars. As we mentioned, he's got some gift cards for some last-minute Christmas gifts.
And we can get creative. If there's something specific you want, we'll find it.
Give Ron a call, 734-856-7223 for race cars, parts, safety, equipment, service, everything a racer needs, as Jerry disappears into the darkness. Oh, now he's over here. We're gonna
Scott, Tony missed one. Port Royal Cigars. So if Port Royal Cigars is listening tonight,
I thought he said that, didn't he?
Huh? I don't think.
No, he said
did.
a cigar shop, but he couldn't remember which one.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I listened to our interview earlier. I think I remember him saying it from a couple years ago. So
Things are about to get loud. Here we go.
All right, we're gonna put you. We're gonna make you the big screen here, so we can kind of see what's going on. Where exactly are you at right now?
I am walking down the back stretch, which is where the main grandstands are here at the Expo Center. Get ready to turn right in the middle of the front stretch. Let me put the camera down.
Uh-oh. Jerry, we lost you when you walked under the stands.
He's still there. You hit the wrong button. Oh, now we lost your picture. There you go, coming at you live from the Rumble in Fort Wayne, the opening night. Now
we lose him.
We still have no picture. We just have sound. We'll put him down there until he can get some sound. He's got some technical difficulties to work out there. Oh, it looks like now we did
Probably
lose him.
connectivity issues.
Yeah. Speaking of the Rumble in Fort Wayne tonight, how many to win a free Big D's pizza? Oh, there we go. There he is. Got some live action from the Rumble, courtesy of Jerry Keyser.
I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I can't hear you. So.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yes, sir. Let's see some race cars. We don't want to see you.
Oh, he muted. We can hear you. There we go. Yeah, we want to see some race cars. There's not many people there tonight. Is this just practice? You muted yourself.
Some of the midgets on track for practice there. I don't know how to flip the camera on this app.
I can't help you out. I don't know. I haven't used it for my phone too much. But again, the Rumble in Fort Wayne going on tonight through Saturday night, and again tonight's how many will have something to do with the main event on Saturday night. Yeah.
So our listeners can be figuring it out, right?
Yeah. Your fingers look nice, Jerry. There we go. There I see a car. And fingers. This is probably pretty riveting for those listening to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
Well, you can hear the cars, so that's cool.
In case you've never been to the Rumble, it's basically a hockey arena, and they lay out a race course, an oval, and put some Coke syrup down to make it very, very sticky. And as the competition goes on, the track takes some rubber, and it gets very, very fast. You'll during the races, you'll see those cars bicycling up on the two right side wheels.
Yeah, different from the Chili Bowl where they put down dirt.
Right.
There they go. That's a fun sound. So once Jerry gets back to where he was earlier, we're gonna pop him down there for now. When Jerry gets back, we will talk to him about the schedule of events going on there at the Rumble. See, he's missing.
If you've never been there, it's worth going to.
Absolutely. I've been there for a hockey game when that was going on. It was pretty fun.
For most of our listeners, Fort Wayne's not that far away.
No, right down 24 from Toledo. I'm going to say an hour and a half.
Yeah. Now, some of our friends in Australia might have a little longer drive.
I see Jerry now, so I put him back on here. Are you back at your home base? Oh, yeah, he's back over here. We'll put that one.
There we go.
There's two Jerrys.
Yeah.
Before we
There's three if you're watching the Rumble Bumble.
Before we get into some of the news here, what's the rundown of the schedule? I saw a little bit of that. What's going on tonight at the Rumble?
Tonight is practice for all classes. Got heat and the midget motors there right now. The 600 non-wing 600cc mini sprints are out there. They'll run practice in all classes, 2 sessions of practice for each group. And then at 9 o'clock, everything shuts down here at the Expo Center. At that point, the pit party starts over at the Holiday Inn across the street. We're inviting everybody to come and mingle with the teams, crews, drivers. We're going to have food, drinks, lots of fun to have. We're going to throw the ceremonial green flag on the Rumble, if you will, at the Holiday Inn. And then tomorrow, doors open at 9. Spectator gates open at 11, if I remember correctly.
A.M.
Yeah, 11 a.m. And trust me, if you want to watch racing, this is your opportunity because you have multiple classes of go-karts, the quarter midgets, the kid karts, champ karts, flat karts, mini wedges, the 600cc non-wing sprint cars, wing 600cc's, and the midgets. And here, I wish I would have done this before. 1 second.
Should we come back to you? We'll come back to you.
Come back to me. I'll be back.
All right.
I'm bringing something in.
All right. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
The World Racing Group announced at PRI a couple of new series that will fall under their umbrella. Of course, World Racing Group, World of Outlaws, the Hell Tour, Dirt Car.
Right.
But they have announced a new series that includes the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series and the Extreme Sprint Car Series, a non-wing series. The Extreme Sprint Car Series is set to debut at Volusia in February 14th and the 15th.
Sounds like things are about to get real, Scott, between World Racing Group and Lucas Oil.
Yeah.
If you want to see the Friday night trophy, this is the Friday night midget
That's the
trophy.
Friday night trophy?
This is the Friday night trophy. This was designed by racer Tyler Rankin. You can see the wheel is actually removable, a steering wheel. I'll show you that here in a second. It's wrapped in boxer's tape, can be mounted on a race car. Has the names of all the previous winners around the sides of the trophy.
Oh, wow.
And
It's like the Stanley Cup. It's quite heavy. Don't drop it. Don't break it.
I don't know if you noticed the bell on top. That's an actual ringable, like a ring bell for wrestling, boxing. But yeah, steering wheel.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Nice. Rumble winner 2021.
And it's the actual wheel. It's ready to be mounted on your race car or go-kart, whatever you got.
Hey, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Take that back with you. I'll use that in my car this year.
I'm not going to do it.
No?
I can't do it because I've never won a feature either.
And then what's the schedule for Saturday night or Saturday day?
Basically the same thing. Spectator gates open at 11. Heat races will start. Practice will actually start pretty early on both days, and then it's busy all day. The full itinerary is on the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page. You head over there. They got it all spread out nice and neat. Larry keeps a very tight show and is very good about setting itineraries. We'll see if the drivers will follow him this year.
Tom Cole wants to know, he wants you to ask Larry if he has tickets at the box office.
I will find out, and one of us will send you a message tonight. Larry's out on the track flagging, so I have no way of talking to him right now.
Okay.
A real hands-on promoter.
What's your role in all
I'm
this?
going to be a roving announcer / reporter. be talking to drivers and teams. When somebody crashes, I'm going to throw a mic in their face and get them to tell me to F off or something. And then I'm going to
get an interview like from the Gateway Nationals for like the one like Ricky Thornton there.
Yeah,
I want that. Then we can use that.
And then I'm going to be doing Victory Lane interviews as well this year for the Rumble, which is
Jerry.
exciting.
What big names are going to be there? Can you?
Tony's
going to be here.
Yep.
Kenny Schrader. Who else did I see back here? Cap Henry's here. Lusiconi. Couple of non-wing guys from local around the state. Matt Westfall's here. There was somebody else I was just thinking about. I was surprised to see here. T-Mez is not here, Thomas. I'm sorry.
I thought he was on the list, wasn't he?
They had motor problems. They tried changing the motor out. They brought a second motor, put it in. They could not get the car to run. So he, unfortunately, is not going to be participating. So, unfortunately, we'll see how that goes. Mel Kenyon, the Kenyon brothers have their cars here. Sure. I know Nick Hamilton's in one of them. Liquid Lusiconi, like Chris Mize said, he's going to be here. They got a full list roster on the Rumble page, and I can't remember all the names I saw. It just blew me away because it's going to. Billy Weiss is here again this year, former winner of the Rumble. Like I said, and obviously Smoke has to be the odds-on favorite, doesn't he?
I don't know, unless Larson shows up.
Well, now Tony filled his second car with somebody else, so unless Tony's going to get out of the car and throw Kyle in it, I don't see that happening. I was kind of hoping maybe he'd bring a friend, but no.
Yeah.
I see Chris McCrone has joined us. We have some news coming from the other direction of Toledo to talk about here in a little bit. I don't know if you've even heard about this, Jerry, but you might be a little interested in this.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that here in just a second. Let's some other things here first. The ARCA CRA Super Series have announced their 2022 season. It's going to consist of 13 total races, with 11 of those being point events. The series will be at Flat Rock Speedway on Saturday, June 18th, and Toledo Speedway on Saturday, September 17th, as part of that schedule. If you want to see the entire schedule, just head on over to their website. Speaking of Tony Stewart's sprint car program is downsizing next season. Team owner Tony Stewart confirmed Thursday at PRI that the team will not field the number 14 entry that Stewart has typically campaigned at various events throughout the country the last few years. Instead, the team will focus solely on the 15Z sprint car piloted by 10-time World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series champion Donnie Schatz. So part of that has to do with him getting into the whole drag racing thing.
Right.
And I'm sure that had something to do with him marrying a drag racer.
With his significant other. Yeah.
Maybe. Indianapolis Motor Speedway officials confirmed early on Friday that Al Unser, a four-time winner of the Indianapolis 500, died after a lengthy battle with cancer. He was 82 years old. A part of the Unser dynasty that has won Indianapolis, the Indianapolis 500 a combined 9 times. His older brother, 3-time Indianapolis 500 winner Bobby Unser, died in May of this year at the age of 87. Al's 4 victories in the 500 came in 1970, 71, 78, and 87. His victory in 1987 made him the oldest Indianapolis 500 winner ever at the age of 47. Speaking of old guys, 57-year young Todd Bodine is returning to the Truck Series in 2022. He's scheduled to run 6 races for Halmar Friesen Racing.
Really?
Yeah. The old guy's coming back. Ooh. TV thing must, I don't know. Thieves stole a trailer used by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum to haul their items to the exhibit at the PRI trade show in Indianapolis. Trailer that was stolen was found the same day it went missing. Thankfully, most of the contents were already unloaded on the show floor. I don't like people that steal things. My truck ended up missing after the show last week, as a matter of fact, that I used to haul my race car out of my driveway. Yeah. Luckily, the Toledo police found it.
Without the VIN number.
Well, yeah, they took the VIN number off and popped the key thing up. But nothing else was touched to the truck. But I did have to pay a hefty fine to get it out of impound because they neglected to inform me. They found it on Thursday, and Sylvania police decided to tell me Monday, hey, they found your truck.
And it's only $30 a day.
It's $50 a day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. So, but I get the trucks back, so I got something to haul my car to the hangover race at Sandusky, so I'm happy about that. Early this week, it was announced that a proposed motorsports complex was going to be built in Lorain on the former Cromwell Park landfill. Chris McCrone, who is listening tonight of McCrone Motorsports, met with Lorain City Council, presented his plans of building a 1/2 mile asphalt road course for karts that, from what I hear, is going to be like fast car, like 55, not like the little kinds that, little amusement putt-putt place.
Yeah,
these are like 55-mile-an-hour cars.
These are bad boys.
Yeah, that can be rented to the public. They're also going to do a 9/10 asphalt road course for karts, and eventually, and this is the part that I'm kind of excited about, and I'm hoping it happens. I've been let down before. Won't mention any tracks. Starts with an M. In a town that starts with an F. A 3/8 mile banked clay oval.
Really?
With the hopes of attracting the All-Stars and the World of Outlaws sprint cars.
That would be exciting.
Yeah. Kart tracks will be built first. That's the first part. I believe that's going to happen next year, assuming that the plans get through and everything gets approved by the EPA. And the dirt oval will be coming in late 2024, with the official grand opening being 2025. That is the plan.
If our listeners are not familiar with the area, it's over towards Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
Just a little bit west of Cleveland.
So when we come back after our break for the holidays here, we may have to see about getting Chris McCrone on the show.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
Give us the details on that straight from the horse's mouth and learn some more. Always exciting news that we've never had recently about a new dirt track opening up. Sometimes an old dirt track attempts to reopen, but a new dirt track being built, 20,000 seats for the dirt oval too, I believe, is in the plans. Ooh. So I mean, this would be a nice showcase, brand new facility just outside Cleveland. So yeah, we'll definitely keep abreast of that situation. Knoxville Raceway suffered some wind damage from high winds earlier this week. Nothing that will impact the start of the 2022 season. I guess some light poles came down. There's been some nasty winds.
Yeah.
Past week.
It's pretty breezy out right now, Scott.
Yeah. ARCA today announced its 2022 broadcast schedule for the ARCA Menards Series, ARCA Menards Series East, and ARCA Menards Series West. Fox Sports will broadcast 9 ARCA Menards Series races live on FS1, beginning with the traditional season opener at Daytona. The 9 races will also be available live on the Fox Sports app to authenticated subscribers of FS1. 11 ARCA Menards Series races will air live on your favorite channel, MAV TV Motorsports
Okay, that
Network.
answers the question we had a couple of weeks ago.
And they will also stream simultaneously on Flow Racing, the new streaming home of all NASCAR Roots Series. All NASCAR Menards Series East and West races, when not combined with the ARCA Menards proper series, can be streamed live on Flow Racing and will air tape delayed on USA Network around the following weekend.
Oh, cool.
Again, NBC Sports Network going away.
Yeah.
Soon, like at the end of this year. That's like in a couple weeks. One of NASCAR's all-time greatest drivers will compete in the 106th Indianapolis 500 on May 29th. That's 7-time Jimmy Johnson.
7-time. That's all you had to say.
Yeah. Recently completed his rookie season with the NTT IndyCar Series. He made the news official Wednesday morning on the Today Show. In addition to competing in his first Indianapolis 500, Johnson will be a full-time IndyCar Series participant next year. He was only part-time this year. That means he will get
pretty interesting.
Yeah. So he's making the full switch over to IndyCar. I mean, we see a lot of IndyCar guys kind of come over to NASCAR. Tony Stewart did it. Danica Patrick, with not much success, did it.
Dixon did it. I mean, they all.
We don't see
Villeneuve.
too many.
Well, and that
Going the other way.
That can't hurt IndyCar's ratings either, because Jimmy Johnson will bring a lot of fans with him.
Yeah. Mike Harmon Racing. They lost their appeal of being fined $50,000 and also 75 points for next season, and a 6-race suspension of crew chief Ryan Bell. We talked about this a few weeks ago when they did that testing. It was a event at Rockingham, a charity event, kind of an exhibition. Right. NASCAR viewed it as a testing session and was against their testing rules. So
pavement that's 25 years old, and I'm sure he got a lot of good
and a track they don't
that.
a track they don't race on that really doesn't match up to any other track. But so NASCAR upheld that penalty and said, sorry, too bad, pay us a lot of money. Reminds me of the Toledo Police impound lot. It's out to screw you over. On another positive note, though, with all that money that was approved by the state of North Carolina that went to North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, and Rockingham is going to repave that 25-plus-year-old racing surface. So there will be a new surface at Rockingham. Maybe I would like to see NASCAR get back there. I like that track.
Yep.
It's different. The 36th running of the Chili Bowl Nationals is just under a month away. And as of yesterday, there were 346 entries. The entry record was set back in 2017 with 372. They're thinking they're going to eclipse that this year with another month left to get people out there. What's the math on that? Less than 30 away?
Yeah.
Kyle Larson, of course, is going to be back to defend his title, along with a laundry list of who's who in racing for that 36th running of the Chili Bowl Nationals in January. And finally, Winchester Speedway owner Charlie Shaw confirmed this week that his famed half-mile asphalt will return to action next year. He will team with veteran promoter Larry Bowes to operate the historic facility.
Never heard of him.
No, I didn't think so. He's got nothing to do with the Rumble in Fort Wayne.
He's not here. I don't even know the guy.
Has nothing to do with Montpelier Motor Speedway.
Larry Bowes has got his fingers in a lot of racetracks.
Busy dude, yeah. So teaming up with Larry to operate the historic facility. Bob Dillner was the most recent promoter of Winchester Speedway after taking over promotional duties in late 2020. To that extent, Shaw and Bowes have announced the return of 3 signature Winchester events for next season. The Winchester 400 and World Short Track Car Festival weekends will be joined by a reappearance of the USAC Silver Crown division, with Brady Bacon returning as the promoter of that race.
That was a good show this year. Cody Swanson putting on a clinic.
So, Larry's going to be busy. He's still planning on doing Montpelier too, right?
As far as I know, I've heard nothing different.
And that's all the racing news that I have for this week. That's it.
Wow.
Nothing more.
Sad news. MJ Moore, crew chief for the Jeff Robertson family racing, passed away today. Going to be sadly missed by the Robertson family and a lot of people in the racing community. And it hit kind of hard, Scott. He's had some kidney issues, and something I don't share very often. 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with some kidney problems. Now, MJ's were much more severe than mine, and complications of COVID set in. We lost a great one.
Yeah, I believe he was just at the banquet. Wasn't
Yes,
he?
he was.
Yeah.
At the Oakshade banquet.
That was less than 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
It'll be 2 weeks on Saturday. Wow. It's crazy. I'm done with it. We've been done with it for a while. I mean, the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody's done with it. On happier news, how about we give away some pizza?
Woo!
Everybody likes pizza. Big D's Pizza. Last week's how many total comments would be on last week's episode on Facebook and YouTube by 8 o'clock Sunday night. The actual number was... I need like a journal. Yeah. 46. Ron Miller picked 35. You were the closest.
Again.
So
where did you get that number?
Yeah. Our online winner.
Just pulled it out of the air, Jerry.
Our online winner and winner of a Big D's Pizza Matt Swander, because he can never get enough. I'm sure he'll donate it, but yes, he picked for 54, so not right on. This week's winner, or this week's how many, is has to do with where you're at there, Jerry. Saturday night's A-Main with the midgets. What's the winning number on that car?
Ooh.
I have no idea of any of the numbers. So it's a total crapshoot for me. But Ron gets to pick first. And then if you would like to play along for a free Big D's Pizza, and we'll announce the winner next week, just go ahead and put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or our YouTube Live. And if you're not listening to us live, you still have time. We'll leave it open until noon on Saturday, noon Eastern time on Saturday, to find this video on our Facebook page. Go to hammerdownracingreport.com and take you right to our Facebook page from there.
I'm going with 1, Scott.
Going with 1?
I'm going with 1.
Who's number 1? Jerry, who's number 1?
Number 1X is Ryan Moran out of Ottawa, Ohio.
Wait, do you have the entry list there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is there an 8?
There is an 8. There is
I'm
an
going
8, and there's an 8 up.
I'm just going with the 8. Who do we got in the 8?
Zane DeVault out of Plymouth, Indiana.
Zane's going to be my man.
Pretty good shoe in 360s and 410s, so that's not a bad pick.
Right,
I'm gonna go outside the box. I'm not gonna take the easy cherry and take smoke in the 2, but I am gonna take. I don't know how many times he's ran it, but I'm gonna take the 5X. Justin Peck.
Oh yeah, good choice.
Monrovia, Indiana.
Good choice.
So just to make it simpler, we're going to leave the letters off in the guesses for people. Just put the number. If there's multiple car numbers, if one of those cars wins, then that's
you did.
Then
I got 5.
You got 5, yes. So and got
there's
8.
3 of them.
So that's the way to do it. Pick the one that's got the most numbers. So find the entry list sometime before noon on Saturday, and put your guess in for a chance to win a free Big D's Pizza.
And who's in the 2 car, Jerry?
2 would be that gentleman from Columbus, Indiana, Mr. Tony Stewart.
Okay.
And then he has a team car that's 2.5, and that is Joey Payne out of Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
Well, see, that's going to be hard. I don't know about that. Because if he'd round up,
counts
it'd
as
be
a
3.
2. No, you just say 2. It's
all right.
2.
All right, we'll go with that.
It's the same team. It's a team car, so it looks identical, everything.
Coming up next week on the show, it is the Sandusky Speedway champions. I got all 4 of them already confirmed. It's crazy. So we'll have the Sandusky Speedway champions on next week, and Jerry's got something. There it is.
There is your entry list.
I got to make my screen bigger. I can't see that.
I know.
Make mine better.
There we go.
too, Scott.
Yeah. So it looks like there's a couple 6s, a couple 9s, a couple 99s.
Thomas Cole says Joey Payne's runs the big block mods out east. So,
Ooh.
Rock and roll. Cool. So, yeah, next week is our final live show of 2021. Working on a best of for the following week, that Thursday between Christmas and New Year's Day. And I got some pretty good stuff. We got Dr. Jerry Punch. We got Kenny Wallace. We got
A little bit of Ryan Weekman.
We got
talked
definitely
about
got
that.
the Ryan Weekman stuff
Oh,
in there.
that's good stuff.
Yeah, I was cracking up listening to some of this stuff. It's some good stuff. I'm looking.
And
forward
can
to
you
putting
believe it?
together.
A meteorologist had never heard of the vortex theory.
Yeah, we schooled him though. Now he knows. Now he knows.
He's a
you got to
believer.
learn.
So we do actually have something on the Big D's Pizza racing menu for upcoming events. As we're getting closer, we're only 2 weeks away from this.
Yes.
2 weeks from Saturday, January 1st, the Sandusky Speedway Hangover Race, the 2022 Hangover Race featuring the Moonshine Stocks, Whiskey Stocks, and Champagne Stocks. It looks like the rules haven't changed from last year. They're still not allowing the sprint wing in the moonshine stock, much
That's
to my
the two-barrel
chagrin.
class.
Yeah, that's the middle class. The whiskey stocks are the front-wheel drive,
Right.
4 and 6 cylinder cars.
Champagne is pretty much
Champagne
whatever
is,
you brought.
Yeah, that's the open. Big sideboards and whatever. But the moonshine's kind of in the middle. Usually it consists of street
You've
stock
kind of got
cars.
some pull there, Scott. Maybe you need to exert some pressure.
It was right after I got a sprint wing for that race. The same year, that's when Chris changed the rules and said no sprint wings in the moonshine stock. So
Speaking of Chris,
speaking of Chris, Jerry froze.
Oh, Jerry. Jerry,
you
come
left
back.
us hanging, man. We'll never know what he said. Oh wait, there, now he's back. Jerry, Jerry, you froze. What did you say?
I was wondering if Chris was listening, if he still needs me to announce.
Oh, yeah.
He was on here. Yeah, he was on here a couple minutes ago.
Just a couple minutes, yeah.
He's probably still listening. Pits. It looks like the times are a little bit later, which I'm happy about than previous years, because I'm pretty sure the pits opened at 9 and racing was at 1 previous years. This year they have it as pits opening at 10, main gate at noon for spectators, and racing at 2 p.m. So I like that. I like that. It's a
Right
little
in
bit
the
later.
heat of the day.
It's going to be warm. It's going to be toasty.
Actually, I've been watching the extended forecast, and it's not looking too bad.
I'm hoping for some snow. I need a little bit of an
It ain't
equalizer.
happening.
$10 general admission for that. So I believe I think it might have been 12 before, but yeah, definitely a bargain.
Well, maybe we can do it like we do at Shady Bowl, the Wet and Wild Enduro, and toss water balloons at you guys.
No.
As long as it's above freezing. And
Well, yeah.
also no.
No. We
Also-
did
also
the wet
no.
stuff last year.
Yeah.
That's
Also
a
no.
definite no. No to the water balloons.
Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, field correspondents, Matt Swander, John Young, Doug Dock. Again, next week is Sandusky Speedway champions. Matt Marlowe, Laney Najed. I need you to say that.
Najedley.
Thank you. Clayton
Metapedigan.
Oliver and Johnny Newman, I believe, was he. Metapedigan. Yeah. Now that I've got that down, I'll forget by next time
He was here earlier, so I
I
hope
saw
he
him
got
pop
to-
in.
Okay.
Jeff, really good guy. I got to sit with him at the DARF banquet, and we had
that's
a great
right.
time. Yeah,
So,
that
yeah.
was a good time.
That'll be next week on the show, the Sandusky. And we'll also maybe do a little preview of the Hangover race, since that'll be our final live show. And that is a Thursday night, December 23rd. So hopefully if you're not doing anything, you're free that night, you can tune in. If not, make sure to catch us on the podcast afterwards, because I understand a lot of stuff going on around the holidays. We were kind of bouncing back and forth whether or not to do a show, but I wanted to get the Sandusky champions in before the end of the year, so it worked out that way. And then 2 weeks from tonight, the best of show. I did have a Hammer Down hotline thing. It was I was going to play it only if we had time, and we're kind of right at that point where we could just be done, or we could pursue this and call this person back.
Really?
I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. So I can play it. Do you want me to play the?
I'm all in, but real quick, if you're listening, come to Fort Wayne to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum for Rumble 23, presented by Jason Deach Trailer Sales, tomorrow and Saturday. Again, head over to the Rumble and Fort Wayne Facebook page, get all the details. Going to be a great weekend. Pit Row TV, Speed Sport TV. If you're not going to come into Fort Wayne, tune in there.
That's right. I should have had that on my Big D's Pizza racing
Right.
menu as well. Well, that's why we have you on.
Yeah, well, you know.
All right. Well, this is the call. One of the calls I got on the Hammer Down hotline this week. You ready? I sped it up just a bit because she's a little long-winded.
Name is Heidi Almond. State number to 629. This is a notification from our Department of Tax Debt and Financial Settlement Services at Tax Experts. The purpose of this call is to inform all U.S. citizens on our state list about the new Tax Debt Compromise Program. This program is now open for enrollment. The new Tax Owed Compromise Program will allow you to significantly reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Your tax debt can possibly now be considered temporarily non-collectible. However, you must elect to enroll in the program now. It is only open for a limited time. To enroll in the Tax Debt Compromise Program, please call me back at my assigned number, 833-209-1639.
So I encourage everybody to call that number.
Absolutely.
Apparently, the Hammer Down Racing Report is in debt. I was not aware of this fact, so I'm thinking maybe
Does that
we
mean
should
I'm
call her.
getting a pay cut?
Should we call Heidi and find out what we need to do to resolve our debt?
Oh, I think we'll leave that alone, Scott.
I'm doing it.
Really?
Yeah. That number again, 883-209. Everybody call at the same time. 1639. Also thank everybody for joining us or for voting for us in the
completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial
really?
again. Or dial 611
Heidi?
for customer assistance.
Why is Heidi
Message
giving me
NF202VA51?
Heidi Almond is giving me a bad number. I'm so
Oh.
disappointed. How are we ever going to get out of debt? This is such a
We
conundrum.
can't even pay the bill.
I know. The lights are going to go off. Anyways, thanks everybody for voting for us in Best of Toledo. That ended on Wednesday, so you don't have to hear us bugging you to vote for us
And we
every
don't
day.
have a clue who won.
Won't until
won't know
February.
for 6 weeks.
Yeah, when they announce all the winners. Most likely we won't be on there again. Fingers crossed if we do. Like we were talking to Tony. Hope for... Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll hope for the best. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. And we'll find out in February who won. So, and if you'd like to call and leave a message on the Hammer Down hotline, usually we prefer them to be racing related. There's the Hammer Down hotline number you can call anytime during the week, 419-318-3081. It's 419-318-3081.
If you can't make next week's show, please, we'd like to see you at the Hangover Race at Sandusky. It's a good time, and weather's going to be great this year,
Yes. Yep.
as opposed to last year, which really sucked.
Yeah.
Chris.
And I'll see if we can get a forecast from Ryan Weekman if he's not on vacation next week.
Okay.
See what we can do. Again, next
Forecast
week,
in Fort Wayne is dry.
dry with a chance
Little
of
sticky.
dry and sticky. Temperature about 70.
Ish.
Light winds. Should
Seems
be
to be
good.
a haze in the air out there. Though. I don't
Could be a little
understand
breeze when a car goes by.
So next week, 7 o'clock, Thursday night, tune in for the Sandusky Speedway Champions. Again, that's our final live show of 2021. And we'll see you next week. And if you missed that show, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Happy Chanukah, as Smokey Robinson says. There's a story behind that. Got a little confused. Or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Happy New Year, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you next week, though. Okay? See ya. Enjoy the Rumble.
Bye, all.
Let's go.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.